Hello, hello, hello. Hi, everybody. You don't want to miss today. I'm going to share this around and wait for everybody to come on, and then we'll get started. This is for you. This is for you. This is for you. Let me say who it's for after I share. Let me get this onto my free group, Valtopia. Hello, say hello if you're here. I'm just sharing around and then we'll get started. And sharing to my page, and then we can get started. Feel free to share if you're watching the playback, let me know. Say hello. I don't know about you guys, but I've been a little sleepy the last couple days. I'm here doing my thing, but my body's like, ugh. Look at my hair, I can see. It's crazy. All right. Who's here? Say hello. Say hello, share the stream. All right, let me turn this down. Hello, I'm Val Cripps. If you're here and you know me, say hello. And if you're new to my stream, welcome. I am a boss bitch shamama. I'm an energy guide. I'm a really powerful energy guide. I do these clearings that just excavate what isn't yours. And then we do recalibration of your energy, your mindset, your body, your beliefs, everything about you and your business and your life can be realigned to your highest desires and standards. And most of the people that I work with are leaders, entrepreneurs, oracles, messengers, and we were born to be alive and bring our mission and purpose. And you come to me when you're really ready to birth your movement or begin this big project or move to a new level of income. And in this energy that we're in right now, your healing gifts, your awareness, what you have to bring is so vital. And I have a really important message for you today about your leadership and the work that you're doing to bring through your gifts and the best connection for your clients and yourself. So you don't want to miss this because we can show up. You know, the clients that I've served when I began working with them were already having a huge impact. Like thousands of people, thousands of dollars. And the work that we did together, I want to describe what happens and why it's so important to do this work as someone who does reach many people, as an impactful leader, as someone who has like a natural magnetism and capacity to reach so many. It's really, really important that you hear this message, because what I'm noticing and what I've experienced myself is there's a chance for many leaders who are very magnetic and attractive, but haven't fully embodied all of their leadership. And what we're seeing are their magnetism and their light attracting people and keeping not only them, but their people in a holding pattern or less than expansive experience. So this is what I want to talk about, because this is hidden stuff. It's tricky. And as leaders, bringing people with us on our journey, promising to share methods of liberation and freedom, it's really important for us to walk the walk and talk the talk. Hey, Tony. And what can happen is we are stepping up in leadership. We are attracting clients and tribe members, and we are illuminating and guiding people. And if we don't take notice of what I'm going to talk about today, what happens, like I just said, is you in your guidance, you're actually leading people to think that they're making strides and progress in their life, and it's only to a certain level, and you're actually not fully advancing yourself or your tribe, even though you think you are. What does this look like? And this is going to be especially important right now for those of you that were working in having a sense of leadership, but your business was so out in, you were working with crowds, for example, and people and interaction, and now you're thinking of, how can I shift my business and make money now online with the skills that I had? And what I want to say to you is this foundational work of knowing where you still have allegiance to ideas and beliefs and wounds inside of you, literally wounds inside of you that don't even manifest, you don't even know. And when you are still tied into those and they're dictating some of your decisions and how you're guiding your people, what's happening is you're not calling yourself up to your full capacity, but you're not calling your people up to your full capacity. And this is so subtle because these beliefs and these allegiances that do mask and create false timelines for you feel really natural and normal. So this can look like someone who maybe came into leadership in their life after a difficult childhood or a family experience of difficulty. And you've learned to thrive, but while numbing out parts of your own needs and desires. And over time, you've made a lot of money and you have a lot of impact, but those parts that you've learned to operate with, despite them being numbed out, are not reaching your people. So this can look like someone who's quite magnetic and calling in a lot of people, but not fully connecting in empathy and compassion to the people you're working with. And what this looks like is on both sides, hi Becky, on both sides, a lack of depth. And so you have a connection happening there where the leader is guiding the person and their people. And it feels like we're getting work done. It feels like we're investing. It feels like we're making progress. And the truth is, we're keeping each other in a holding pattern of allegiance to truths that are no longer. And so I wrote about it a little bit on the post. And, this can look like maybe... I really want to paint this example because it's really important. It's really important. And Becky, tell me hello, tell me how you're doing, and tell me if this resonates for you. The reason this is so important is because you have a lot of leaders out there, especially in this online space, who aren't fully integrated in their beingness. And they're very attractive and promise like a lot of shift and transformation. And they actually do create a sense of change for their clients. And so you have... like I said, this sense of a holding pattern where people are doing a certain amount of work and feeling like they're making change, but maybe the modality that's being used is based on something from the past. And it's only going to a certain surface level. And we're not actually getting to the root awareness of each person to know what's truly theirs and what's not. If you're doing surface level other people methods of healing and you haven't done the deep work yourself, there's going to be only so far that everybody goes, and our old patterns of behavior are going to keep us in a certain way of being. So this can look like for one of my clients, it looked like on both of our sides, a fear of asking, hi Keisha, to pay the bill, right? Especially with everything that's going on. We could feel like, oh, that's so mean, or I'm not, I'm pushing my client. But you have to look at your own leadership and what your client invested you in. And my clients invest in me to make sure they show up and keep growing and not only making money in their business, but expanding in leadership, opening up their gifts. They want the work to get more rapid and easy because they're doing the deep work of knowing their genius. That the work becomes instant because they do the work to clear out anything that isn't true. Becky's in a holding pattern of hiding. Okay, so Becky, I would love for you to look. Do you have any guides or mentors? Do you have any leadership in your life that you're following? I want you to describe it if you are. Or I want you to maybe tune into why you think you're in a pattern of hiding. And that can look like your leader may have come out of hiding through their story, but they actually haven't resolved their deep inner fear, their witchy wounds, for example, right? And so every time they go to a bigger level of leadership in their visibility and expansion, They only go so far. So you as a tribe member in their community see that, like, you don't see that they're not going so far. You see their leadership and their magnetism. You're drawn to them. You feel yourself changing. But until they fully glow up and move beyond where they've gotten comfy, and that's only a surface level awareness, that's as far as you're going to go as a person in their community. So you want to look at your leaders and know that you feel a sense of continual expansion from them, that they're doing the work to become more in tune with themselves, that they understand how to evolve through emotions and not show up with a lot of like rebellious energy that's kind of like rebel without a cause energy. You know, we want to be evolutionary. We want to be effectuating change out of compassion and awareness and curiosity and depth, not from just a non-integrated lack of evolved space of being, right? And so you can find a lot of leaders in this online space that are very attractive and have incredible results in terms of sales and numbers. But how is the level of depth in terms of the body of work that they offer? Is the work actually instant and rapid? And if it's not for you, then maybe their integrity isn't aligned to the level of integrity you're coming into, right? This is where the discernment comes in. So Becky, did those questions provide any insight for you? So let me look at my notes and see if there's anything else I have on here, because I wrote this out right before I came on. Lack of depth in your personal work as a leader can make you a weapon of mass distraction. You know, if you've got all these people in your field that you're guiding with your memes and your good vibes and your certain level of healing modality that you do, and you're not tapping into all of who you are, you're keeping all of them mesmerized and hostage as far as you're willing to go. And that means that, you are distracting. Every time we choose to come on live and bring ourselves on these live streams, we are a form of programming and we are a form of distraction. So be very intentional about what you're bringing forward. And as you do the work of clearing these shards or remnants of wounding that have come from trauma in your life, which is what my gift is to clear and regenerate your being so that you're no longer in allegiance to the pain that it happened and you're tapped into your own personal power, then you come from that place of power rather than that place of pain. And that coming from that place of pain can be a really subconscious experience where you don't even realize that you're doing it. And most of my clients that come to me have done 20 and 25, 30 years of work. It's not that they're new to energy work or self-development or anything. But what's happening is that level of depth has somehow seemed impossible or not you haven't been available for it up until now because you were so busy doing whatever you're doing, you didn't think you could go in there. And so you want it to be fast. You want to get in there and clear those timelines and clear attachment and resonance to what was and reboot and refresh everything about you to move forward. And you want it to be fast. Because when you have this energy that's still tied into those other stories, you will keep creating what I call false timelines or fake experiences, like Becky's talking about being in a holding pattern of hiding. Hiding isn't your true nature. Hiding from your passion and purpose and not connecting in with the people that fulfill your desire to be alive and bring and benefit from the beingness of your full capacity of who you are, that's a fake timeline that's coming because you're not pushing through the fear of being visible, or you're not doing the work to heal the timeline where when you were visible you got hurt. You're not doing, and this isn't a judgment or like you're not doing. This is like, for those of you watching and know this, it resonates, and you're ready to get to work now to shift the dynamic of this vibration in your life, in your being, and to be the leader who is coming from an integrated space of leadership in your authority, not from a place of like the inner child or the novice or other aspects of your personality where you may be very attractive and bring in money, but you're not actually integrated as the highest level of leadership that will allow you to quickly connect with your clients. The work that you do will be rapid, and their work will be the same. Keisha's on the stream, and the level of her work has shifted so much. It's rapid, she's psychic, she's able to give her clients messages, she's beginning to activate their energy. Things are different when you're no longer operating in the old system of doing everything outside of yourself, and you're actually the vessel of change, just the beingness of yourself. This is what we're talking about. This is who I want to work with. Those of you who feel healing just coming through you and you're not yet effectuating it, and the reason it's not working yet is because you're only getting to a surface level of yourself, even though you may have done a shit ton of work and helped people. There's a depth of you or parts of you that the sliders literally have gone to zero, and we need to turn them back up. Becky says, there is a leader I found recently who has lit me up and tapped me into a possible self that felt truly like me. There you go. That's what you want. Yeah, fake timelines. Well, and you want to make sure that when they that feels truly like you, that's inspirational, and you want to see what it is about that's calling you, and to make sure that what's calling you resonates with your highest calling and will allow you to transcend whatever it is that's making you feel like you're stuck right now, right? So let me see if there's anything else on my notes for today. My clients often come to me feeling like they already have the tools of self-discovery. And I was talking about this on another live stream. It's like you're literally numb in places. And when you go to use that part of yourself, you know how it goes all tingly and you're just like you have to reinvigorate that area. First of all, you have to become aware that part of you went numb and you're not accessing the information that's there. And then you have to let yourself go like empty in that area so that every time you tap into that area, you don't just tap into the trauma or the wound or the old just thing that was there. And then you have to let your cells and body regenerate to a new place of being. And this doesn't have to take a long time. That's the other thing. A lot of powerful leaders avoid doing the deep work because they're already caught up in an expansion. And they don't avoid doing the work. They don't know that they need to do this type of work because it feels like it's going to take a really long time, and then it's going to rustle things up. Yeah, it is going to shift things up in the best way. As we begin to go into this new paradigm where everything is shifted and we're not doing the same thing, you want to clean the slate. You do not want to be dragging old ways of doing things into this new space of being. And everything about this new space of being is designed for us to tune into what does come more naturally to us, that does flow instantly through us. And if it's not flowing instantly, it means that we need to go deeper within and clear out what says you should be doubtful of what's natural for you. You should be guilty of what's natural for you. You should be angry at what's natural for you. If you have any of those feelings, it's time to get curious about what those are for you and whether they're true for you or not, and then go from there. Brittany says, wow, this is exactly what I needed to hear. I definitely feel like I keep repeating the same patterns in my biz around visibility and gathering up just enough energy to pull off a successful event and then falling apart after. I think it's true for me. I'm not going deep enough within myself. Exactly. Yeah, Becky, I actually have a program called Clean Slate, Clear Vision. And here's the part that's so hard for everyone to understand before you do this work with me. Because most of the clients that come to me, I'm telling you, have already done a shit ton of work. They are not newbies, and they're not, they're well versed in the art of alchemy and transformation. But this hidden allegiance to what was, that's you're still plugged into, will create, you don't get the same answers and results that you get once you clean the slate and you detach from the past and you go deeper within to find out what's true for you. You can't, so many people are trying to just jump in and do because that's the instinct. I work hard, I get things done. Let me hurry up and go in there and just do some stuff to get some results so that then I can relax and do the inner work. That is the biggest waste of your time and a guaranteed way to create clusterfucks of bad timelines for yourself that you're going to have to then extricate yourself from. The best thing you can do is to just stop, untangle yourself from everything that you're in right now. So how do you do that? You take a look with a really powerful guide at what is going on for yourself. And you have to look with somebody that's outside of you, or you're going to keep blindsiding yourself. The reason you keep looping in the same activities is because these areas are literally blind to you. And they're blind to you because there's something traumatic there that's not allowing you to see. Or not allowing you to accept that it's time to change in that area. Something about your ego might be really holding on to it because it represents safety for you. It's different for everyone, right? And my gift is to energetically, literally detach and unstir up and unplug you from everything. And that can feel quite traumatic. That alone can feel traumatic. And I'm not concerned because my gift is also to heal and calm trauma and PTSD symptoms. So I'm happy to stir up your shit and get you all worked up. Because then, unlike other guides and coaches who are not in their full integrity, they will come in and stir all your shit up and then leave you like a bug on your back wondering, how do I get up now? And then you will go and doubt yourself and question yourself and think that you shouldn't be in business or whatever. And it was simply a mismatch of the level of depth that you needed to be guided through. So get your shit stirred up, but work with someone that will then also take you through the shit that's been stirred up and turn it into shift. You want to stir it up. You want to stir the shit up so that you shift it, not so that it just lands back on you and you go back to what you were doing, right? Becky says, hidden allegiance to what was. Yes, I know of this and I feel the stuckness. Yeah, and the thing is when you are plugged into that, it doesn't matter how many affirmations, how much journaling, you're going to need to do some somatic type of healing, which is what my gift is. I have many gifts, and that's why my work is lasting, rapid, and really powerful. It's because when we need to change, not only do we need to connect both sides of the brain, like a lot of times people do hypnosis, it's because when you do hypnosis, you relax. The only way to change a brain story is to relax the connection enough for the brain to be willing to make a new story. And that's everything that I do. Everything about my work is about uprooting old stories and letting you become very aware of what's actually been going on so that you can choose a different pattern. And everything about the way that I show it to you is not about you becoming dependent on me as your healer and cleaner and activator, although my clients move forward with me because there's deeper and deeper layers, but it's about you learning the process for yourself and then even taking it to your clients and your family and in your life so that you feel so empowered. So that now when you encounter a situation, not only do you become aware of what you feel, where you feel it in your body, and what it means for you, and then how to shift it and how to tune into your desires. And then not only that, now you're manifesting your desires. You know, my client said to me today, I'm booking clients every week now, and it's easy, and I have all this passive stuff coming up. Like everything about her business is shifting into ease, and it's not because she believed that when we first started working together, because she's lived a challenging life experience like many of us and overcome so many difficulties. And when we have, man, do we try to keep bringing that with us forward into the future. Well, it was really hard for me, so it's going to be hard some more. No, it's not. Let it be easy. Let it be easy and let your natural gifts support you. And that is what this cleaning and activation work is about releasing allegiance to the way it's been and letting yourself become something that you've never been before, that's designed by your highest soul guidance and your most clear and activated energy. And if you're leading others or you're being guided by leaders, check it, make sure they're in integrity. Just because they're shiny and have results that you desire doesn't mean they're the guide for you, and doesn't mean that their guidance is going to take you anywhere close to your dreams. You want to work with people that teach you about you. And for most of my experience and what I've seen out there is many of us are traumatized and are in the middle of a shit show and need a shift show. And we don't need to throw our money at shiny leaders that aren't ready to actually take us through to the other side, but really just want to keep us in a holding pattern, investing in them and continuing to feed off the need to change, but not actually ever fully transforming. I ain't down for that. I'm here for you to change. I'm here for me to change. And that requires intimacy and depth. And that's the kind of work I do. If you want to work one-to-one with me and really change your life, like really fucking fast, because you're ready and you have something so powerful that you know is going to change the dynamic of what's happening in the world. Your healing method is something that can be translated to so many, and you want to show up in the depth of your presence and being in a way that allows your people to truly benefit from your gifts. Not only is it faster and easier for you, but it is for them too. Then do this work. Get to know the truth of your own fears, your own emotions. And trust me, if you've been through a lot of trauma, hi Priscilla, a lot of trauma, or you've even had memories of trauma from past lives, that's going to color and affect the choices that you make. And you can shift that so that you're not bringing that into the new. I'm talking to you, Becky. Well, I'm here. So listen, the glow up is only 3 weeks. And within 3 weeks, both of my clients had already at least 3 times, if not 7 times her investment within the first 3 days without even having the first session. This was just from sliding the credit card and deciding, okay, I'm doing this. I'm doing this with Val. That's where the change starts. Literally when the credit card slides through. I've set that intention with all my work. And whether it's a $22 product or $5,000 product, that's what happens. And then we begin to see where you are letting energy come through your body and where you're not. And where you're letting yourself be in touch with your greatest genius and power and leadership, and where you're not. And then we get into it right away. That first week is super intense with frequencies coming through and radical shift happening because all of your stuff is getting stirred up and you're beginning to see parts of yourself where you've numbed out. You've literally numbed out and you've been operating without knowing that you didn't have access to that part of you. And that's affecting your people. And you're not doing them a service by not looking at that. Trust me. So in the first week, after the first week, we have a 90-minute activation where now that we've gotten to know each other and now that you've started to have some cash infusions and your energies really come up in the frequency in my container, you're beginning to see where you freak out and fritz. Where does your energy fritz when you get hit with abundance? Where do you naturally kind of block yourself from what is meant to be yours? Everybody has their places, and my gift is to show you and shift that with you. So in that first 90-minute session, we have this huge activation where we're going to go through and delete all attachment and resonance to contracts, oaths, vows, past life, parallel lives, ideas, beliefs. We're going to really feel in your body. My clients say it feels like a full body massage. It's all virtual. It always has been. And that experience of regenerating each and every cell throughout your body to release attachment to the past and become present to now is a hugely life-invigorating experience. And then, of course, you have access to me on the Voxer every day, and we go through like what's happening in your experience. So as you're beginning to birth your new business or bring your business that was, hi Roberta, Becky says I have no people, just unused superpowers. You don't have to have people yet, you know. The experience is about you tapping into what are your superpowers. And maybe you don't have people yet because you need to do this work to clear your fears of attracting the people in. None of us have the same bullshit stories and patterns. We all have them though. And that the world could use right now. Exactly, Becky. So what is holding you back from tuning into expanding and reaching those people? Your medicine, let's take me for example, Becky. A few years ago, I didn't do healing. And I didn't know, hi Rita, I didn't know that I had these gifts. But I followed my instinct and my intuition. And in 2016, I activated some women who now have empires. They literally have empires. They were doing a lot when I met them. They were already quite successful. But now they have empires of women making hundreds of thousands of dollars They went from $100 an hour to teaching many, many women to make hundreds of thousands of dollars. That's the kind of change your healing can effectuate when you fully tap into your genius and your divine purpose. But if you're sitting there not doing the work, and that's the thing, when you're sitting here before you do the work, this version of you can't understand the version of you that is clear and does do the thing and be the thing, because you haven't done the work yet to clear and activate into your purpose. Right? Hi, Rita. So, Becky, do you have any questions? So the Globe is 3 weeks. It's a 5K investment. You want to apply on Valtopia.com. 5K for 3 weeks with me, honestly, is nothing, because it's not like it's not a class that you take and there's study and you leave it sitting on your hard drive and never look at it. This is a one-to-one alchemy transformational experience that will rock and change your life forever. Any session you have with me will change your life forever. I remember Rita's first session. The next time I saw her after our session, she had rainbow colored hair and paintings behind her. But when you do this 3-week experience, this is about you bringing more of your soul genius into your body and letting that be your truth. And so places where you're hiding, places where you're not doing the thing, places where you're in a loop, where your income isn't quite going up like you thought it should be, maybe your group, you want to expand your group by 30,000 people. This is all stuff we can do in a matter of days and weeks. It doesn't have to take a long time. And it doesn't have to take a long time because the reason it's not happening now isn't because you haven't already set it up, and it isn't because you haven't already done the work. It's because you haven't done the work to fully burrow down deep inside of you and remove what isn't you and let all of you come into integration and honor who you are now. And who you are now, you don't even know fully yet, because these hidden parts of you that have gone numb and silent are telling you that you're nothing, or that you can't, or you don't belong. Because they're not you. We need to get that out of you and give that energy back to the people it's theirs, and reclaim your own energy and life force within. It makes such a huge difference. Okay? All right. So with that in mind, let me make sure there's nothing else. The leader with suppressed emotions and lack of connection to self as a result of deeply buried trauma may lack empathy, compassion, and depth when truly needed. This will look like you've invested in someone really high level that looks like they have all their stuff together, and you do shift, but you don't get the results that you desired, and you think it's your fault. And on some level it is. They're just a reflection of you. You haven't done the work to go deep, right? So you have a leader that isn't going deep. It's a mutual thing. I had to find more intimate guides when it came time for me to get intimate with myself. And that has made all the difference in my pocketbook, in the level of clients that I work with, and the level of relationships I have with my kids and people in my life. It changes everything, everything. It's total power because it's coming from you. And those parts of you where you feel like you can't, that's not you. Does this resonate for you guys? Becky, what do you think? All right, let's just pull one of these cards and see what comes through. Oh, I hope I'm not missing any. Am I missing comments on the watch parties? All right. Well, this was good. Thank you for joining me. Feel free to share this if this resonated for you so others can benefit. And listen, the energy's been really intense the last couple days. I've been napping when I can. Take care of yourself. Take care of your energy. Take care of yourself. Clear your energy so that you can actually be in depth with the truth of who you are and not operating from sort of a half-assed version of yourself that doesn't connect with your people, that doesn't connect with the authority within you to bring together all parts and pieces of you and actually be the leader that effectuates the kind of change you're being guided to. Do you feel me on this? Let me know if this message resonated for you. Please do share this in big groups if you think, man, this message is so good and I want more people to know this. And I want more leaders to step up in authenticity and care for themselves so that when they do bring people with them, they're not keeping them stuck in some half version of truth. You feel me? All right, if this is for you and you want to go through the glow up with me, 3 weeks, we can begin right away. Go apply on Valtopia.com or reach out to me in my private message right now. It's $5K for 3 weeks, daily Voxer, and huge transformation that will be the foundation of the rest of your life. You will have different ideas, everything. So you've got to know your inner landscape, understand the art of boundaries for yourself, tap into your deeper vision, stay open to love, connect in with your vulnerability, right? What's true and not true for you, and create beauty, be fierce. What a reading. I love it. All right, so Becky and all of you, reach out to me. Today's the day. There's no waiting and deciding. These shifts happen rapidly. Within each 24 hours of the 3 weeks that you're signed up to me, I can't tell you how much change happens. I'm a powerful agent of change. I've gone through incredible transformation in my own life, and I've taken my clients through releasing powerful, painful pasts to really enjoy bliss in their daily moments, no matter what's going on in their lives. And that's the message right now. No matter what's going on out there, we get to modulate our inner landscape and create a new out there from in here. And so your leadership requires you to fully go deep in here so that out there is a reflection of the depth and integration of all of you and your divine guidance. Not some half-assed shiny coin that's distracting people into sort of doing what they need to do. That's not what we fucking do right now. All right. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you in my inbox. And I will be back live next Tuesday, and I will see you in the Facebook groups and on my different platforms. Feel free to share this and like my business page and own your frequency. There's nobody like you. See you next time.